good evening everyone. This is Suruchi again and our latest episode on Queen's Show. तो आज हम मिलने वाले हैं एक अपने बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग गेस्ट से। और क्या आपको वर्ल्ड टूर करना है? आई एम श्योर आप सभी को वर्ल्ड टूर करना ही होगा क्योंकि ये हर किसी का सपना होता है, बट बाय रोड। यस, बाय रोड आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट। जब भी हम वर्ल्ड टूर की बात करते हैं ना, तो हमेशा ऐसा लगता है कि एयरप्लेन से जाना पड़ेगा और बाय एयर यू कैन ओनली ट्रैवल। बट आज हम जिनसे मिलने वाले हैं उन्होंने बाय रोड ये कर दिखाया है, और सिर्फ अपने लिए नहीं किया है, सबके लिए कर दिखाया है। क्योंकि वो आप और मेरे जैसे आम आदमी के लिए भी ये इतना ही मुमकिन बना रहे हैं, क्योंकि ये इतना इम्पॉसिबल लगता है लेकिन इतना इम्पॉसिबल है नहीं। इसको पॉसिबल किया है उन्होंने, एंड आई एम सो ग्लैड टू हैव देम। तनु इज हियर। आई एम गोइंग टू add Tanu to send an invite to our guest. I hope
Hello.
they will join us. Hi.
Hi.
So, Tanu, excited?
Yes.
Sir is here.
Oh my
Good
God,
evening,
yes.
sir.
Hello. Good evening, sir.
Hi, good evening. Hi.
How are you, sir?
Please don't call me sir, call me Tushar.
Oh.
Okay. We are so glad to have you, Tushar. Welcome here.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm really excited
Yes.
and looking forward to this chat.
Yes. We are too. We are too.
We are all.
Okay. So, guys, they are like super duper superhumans, I would say, because breaking all the stereotypes and follow their passion as a career. I mean, this is a big step. Yes, Tanu? Because they
Extremely
have
big step.
extremely big, because they have done it for fun and then they decided to do it for rest of their life. This is really big because आप अपना एक routine life से निकल के एक IT job छोड़ के totally get into something which is really risky plus adventurous and whatnot. So their dream is like now their career now. And the dream is full of adventure, fun, travel and whatnot. Yes, just to know the world better. तो कौन नहीं चाहेगा कि पूरे वर्ल्ड का चक्कर लगाया जाए, एंड इफ इट इज बाय रोड, वाओ, दिस इज लाइक समथिंग एक्स्ट्रा थिंग, राइट? क्योंकि जब भी हम वर्ल्ड टूर के बारे में बात करते हैं हमारे दिमाग में आता है नहीं, बाय एयर यू कैन डू इट ओनली, बट दे हैव मेड इट पॉसिबल नॉट फॉर ओनली देम बट फॉर ऑल ऑफ अस। अब आप भी ऐसा कर सकते हैं जो उन्होंने किया है ऑलरेडी। लिम्का बुक ऑफ वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड होल्डर, गिनीज बुक ऑफ वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड होल्डर, एंड so many awards are lined up, right? So 50 countries, 6 continents, and 90,000 kilometers, 1 year, and in a one car. But endless memories, endless experiences, and what not. आज हम ये सारी चीजें अनफोल्ड करेंगे. What are the behind the scenes stories? आज हम बहुत सारी बातें करने वाले हैं मिस्टर तुषार अग्रवाल के साथ. So a warm welcome you, sir.
Thank you so much for such a generous introduction.
No, you totally deserve it.
Yeah. And the introduction is not done yet. Some of it is
Yes.
remaining still.
Okay.
Yes, Tanu, over to you.
Yeah, so everything has a history. So you would be astonished to know that Tushar is having 12 years experience in the IT firm. You know that. And it's all started in 2010 when he just decided to go from London straight away to Delhi by road only. ये सब वहां से start हुआ, and hence he holded the Limca Book of World Record title. And they did
Yeah.
not stop there. They did not stop there. With Sanjay, Tushar has made an adventurous trip, the world trip, जो अब तक सबसे फेमस है, ठीक है, जिसमें इन्होंने इतनी सारी कंट्रीज कवर की हैं, 90,000 किलोमीटर्स चले हैं, एंड एंडलेस मेमोरीज कलेक्ट की हैं, जिसमें कि गिनीज बुक ऑफ वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड में इन लोग का नाम भी आया है. तो इट हैज बीन marvelous. Also अभी इन्होंने एक बस सर्विस शुरू की है जो कि 18 कंट्रीज कवर करेगी. Am I right, तुषार?
Yes, that is correct. Yeah, 18 countries.
Yes, 18 कंट्रीज कवर करेगी, विच इज फैंटास्टिक, फैंटास्टिक, यू नो. तो हम कवर करेंगे ये सारी बातें, इस चीज के बारे में भी जानेंगे. तो पहले, सबसे पहले जो मेरी क्यूरियोस्टिक जो क्वेश्चन है मेरा तुषार आपसे, बीइंग एन आईटी प्रोफेशनल,
Yeah.
didn't you think, yeah, I mean, wasn't it risky to give up your profession and take up your passion as a career? I mean, which includes a huge expenditure as well. And
Yeah.
what was the reaction of your family when you decided this?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It was a very it was a risky thing to do, but then we have to take risks if you want to achieve something big in life. I was very comfortably settled in London and doing my software programming, and in 2010 मेरे को ऐसे एक idea आया that I want to drive from London to Delhi. Just the thought sounded so exciting, and it took me 1 year to plan that journey, and then I managed to drive from London to Delhi. And during that journey, I felt such a high, and I thought that if I'm able to live every single day of my life doing what I'm doing right now, it would be a very blissful and a wonderful life. So after completing that trip, I went back to London and back in my job. But then मेरा वहाँ मन नहीं लगा उसके बाद. And then then I told him, it took me 1 year, and then I told my family that I'm moving back to India and I'm going to start an expedition company, or at least I'm going to try to start that. And just like they thought that I lost my mind when I did the London-Delhi road trip, they thought I've again lost my mind when I told them I'm going to do this. And everyone told me, okay, what's the need? You know, you are settled nicely in London. What's the need of doing this? You've achieved your dream. You've driven.
Exactly.
I said, no, I want to do this. And I said, if I don't take this risk, this plunge right now, then I will always regret it all my life. But if I take this risk and if I fail, I can always go back into IT and, you know, back to my career. So I gave myself 1 year. I told my parents I'm coming to India. I'll give it 1 year. If it works, it works. Otherwise, I'll shut it and I'll go back to London and back in IT. But now it's been 9 years and I have not gone back to London, except every year by road, on road to London. So,
Wow.
so you have to take risks, you know, if you want to achieve something in life.
तो मतलब पहले उनका जो रिएक्शन था और अब उनका रिएक्शन है, तो व्हाट आर द फीलिंग्स नाउ?
Well, now they they feel that, you know, they feel very proud of me. And actually, what happens is that, you know, everyone, all of us, we have dreams. Somebody wants to become a singer, somebody wants to become a writer, somebody wants to become a sports person. But
True.
all of us are not able to, you know, make our dreams into a reality, because it's a long journey, it's a long struggle, it's a lot of hard work, dedication and commitment. So, and I believe that any person who fails is only because of themselves. And if you're not able to achieve your dreams, only you can blame yourself. You cannot blame anybody else or even circumstances. You have to put your dream at the top. It has to be the priority of your life. You have to be dedicated, committed, even obsessed with it. Only then you can achieve it.
Yeah.
So we put in a lot of hard work in establishing Adventures Overland and doing the world trip and doing these cross-country expeditions. It just didn't happen overnight. So they saw my parents, saw my commitment, they saw how much hard work I'm putting into all this, and now they feel very happy and proud that I've created and achieved something that I had set out to achieve so long ago. So
Wow.
So nice.
Obsession
Yeah.
required.
बिल्कुल होना ही चाहिए if you are, you know, want to live your dreams.
Yeah. So, if I talk about the show, The Great Indian World Trip, first of all, I would like to congratulate you. This is the best series I have come through. Because my husband told me, okay, just come and watch what they are doing. And I was like, wow. And it was a binge watch. I'm telling you this. Because I was like, whoa, what is next? What is the next stop? What is the next stop? Where they are? So it is full of fun. Even watching it, you are just enjoying that. So viewers, there's a recommendation, a show, The Great Indian World Trip. It's on Discovery. Go and watch it. So if I talk about the show, I mean, firstly, the show has been come in a picture, or you guys have already decided that you are going to start a company, and then you have done this show. What was the first thing?
Oh no, we had started Adventures Overland in 2012, and
Okay.
then Sanjay and I had a chat one day, and we decided that we'll go on a world trip. And how we will do it, what we will do, how we will fund it, we had no idea. We just decided that world trip pe jana hai, bas, that's all. And then we started working towards it, and we started doing the planning. And the more planning we did, the more exciting the whole idea started sounding to us. But definitely, it also sounded like something almost impossible to achieve. And but that was the challenging and the fun part of it. And we were like that we are not going to let anything come in the way of making us go on this world trip. We will get all the permits, the time. We will arrange for funds, which was the most difficult part for this journey. But Adventures Overland had just started. We had done one or two local trips in India, and we were supposed to do the world trip in 2014. And then we thought one day that, it's not like in 2014 we will have as much money as is required for a world trip, and we will probably get busy with the company in 2 years' time. So why don't we prepone the world trip by 1 year and do it sooner rather than later? So rather than postponing it more, we preponed the trip, and we thought, let's do it next year. So which was very. So here first we had given ourselves 2 years, and now we gave ourselves only 1 year. So we said that let's do some trips, and then we'll put Adventures Overland on the side for 1 year. We'll go and do this world trip, which is a personal ambition for us. And how we will do it, we still don't know. But after we come back, then we will start doing expeditions in Adventures Overland again. So that's how it happened.
Okay. Interesting. Seriously.
Wow, Suruchi, we've been planning for Goa from I don't know how many years, and these guys have preponed the plan, world trip. Can you believe?
There is a lot you can get inspired from, okay? So don't talk about our plans, they are always oh my god.
Okay. Okay, Tushar, if we talk about the bus service you have just introduced, it is from Delhi to London, right?
Yeah.
Covering 18 countries. Yeah. So, what are the facilities you are providing, and have it gone through any single trip till yet or not? And how are the COVID norms are getting followed?
Right. So, like I mentioned, we do a road trip called Road to London every year, which we have done in 2017, 18 and 19. That Road to London trip also follows the same route through 18 countries and over 50 days. So, organizing the permits, the permissions, visas, the road conditions, the hotels, the meals, all that is we are very familiar with all that knowledge because of our experience of Road to London. And
exactly.
Basically, we are always trying to do something new, something groundbreaking, something exciting, whether it was a world trip or whether it was Road to London or Road to Bangkok or our expeditions in Africa and South America. And after doing so many trips by road, we thought, why don't we start a bus service, which should be the first bus service in the world where people can go from India all the way to London on a bus, because not everybody is comfortable or even interested in driving. So for those people who still want to see the world, but they don't want to self-drive, we came up with this idea of launching a bus service. So this idea was launched last year, and we created the whole program and we launched Bus to London. But unfortunately, due to the COVID pandemic, all the countries are shut down and the borders shut down, so it could not happen last year or even this year. So now we are hoping, and from our discussions with all the different organizations and departments in different countries, we are really hopeful and positive that in April 2022, the first season of Bus to London will start. And regarding facilities, it's going to be a really luxury bus. It's going to be a business class bus with those business class recliner seats, Wi-Fi, personal entertainment systems, a toilet, full meals, service on board. So you name it, you will have all the services that you expect on a business class flight. When you're traveling international, you will have those services on this bus.
Oh, that is so amazing, so imaginary. Tushar, what is the accommodation type? Like, how many passengers can board at a time?
See, the bus does not have accommodation. We are converting a 45-seater bus into a 20-seater
Okay.
bus, so that everyone,
All right.
each person has double space in their seat, because those are, like I said, business class seats which will fully recline, and it will
Yeah.
have a lot of options like a massage and all that. Mm, The
Wow.
route, the way we plan the route is such a way that every morning we start comfortably after sunrise around 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and the route is planned in such a way that we reach our destination by 5 or 6 in the evening, and we check into a luxury 5-star hotel every night. So it's a luxury trip. You are either, when you're not in the bus, you're staying in a luxury hotel, and all the sightseeing, meals, activities, all that is also organized by us. For example, let's say today you reach by road, you're reaching Moscow. So you reach Moscow,
Yeah.
and the following day is free to explore Moscow, and we will have a local guide who will take you around and show you around all the main places to and things to do in Moscow. Just like that, in all the main places of interest on this journey, we have 2 or 3 nights halt. So you're not just traveling on the bus, you're getting enough time to explore the countries through which you're passing.
Wow.
Okay, and apart from driver and passengers, who is going to accompany all the passengers,
There will
guides
be a
and everything?
coordinator. There will be one. There will be 2 drivers, one backup driver.
Okay.
There will be a
Yeah.
coordinator from our team, from Adventures Overland, to manage and look after the comforts of everybody, to look after your meals, to look after your check-in and check-out time. If somebody is not feeling well, to look after that, organize local services, SIM cards, etc. And there will be a local guide in every country. So as soon as we cross the India border and enter Myanmar, for example, a local Burmese guide will come and sit on the bus, and he will travel with us while we are going from India to while we are driving through Myanmar. The guide will be in the bus, and with the group, he is there to help us facilitate all the local things in that country. He will talk
Right.
to the participants about the local culture, the food, the language, the history. People can ask him endless questions about the country. Anybody needs any, you want to do any local shopping, you want a local SIM card, you want to go and see some local show, the guide is there to help you. As soon as we cross the border and enter the next country, which is, for example, Thailand, the guide from Myanmar will disembark from the bus, and the local Thai guide will come on the bus. So like that,
new country,
there will
new man.
always be a local guide throughout the journey till we reach London.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I mean, I can say that I mean, every world's people, everyone from each country, right? Because it's a lot, yeah. They have communicated to each and every person in every country, so that the passenger can get the whole comfort, whatever they want to do, whatever their motive is regarding this trip, get fulfilled. Amazing.
तो गाइस कुछ नहीं करना है, जस्ट एडवेंचर ओवरलैंड को आपको कांटेक्ट करना है, अपनी बुकिंग करानी है, और आपको उसके बाद कोई टेंशन नहीं लेनी है कहाँ से हम जाएंगे, कौन हमें लेके जाएगा, कौन हमें घुमाएगा, कौन ड्राइव करेगा इवन. You don't have to take any kind of tensions like
Absolutely.
this. So Rohit is asking something. हम followers के question follower segment में लेंगे. Okay, Rohit. So there is a question, but I am taking this one. Car you recommended to travel India by road?
See, there are a lot of cars that you can pick up to travel within India or outside of India. A lot of people ask me which car should I buy. So I first ask them that, are you going to drive this car within India, or are you going to take this car out of India? Because if you're going to drive a car within India, then these are so many new cars are available, and I'm assuming these people are road trippers, and so they want to know about SUVs. So because we've done a world trip in a Toyota Fortuner, so I can definitely say that is a very good car. It's a very reliable car. The servicing is not that expensive. So I can swear by a Toyota Fortuner. We have a Toyota Fortuner which has done more than 3 lakh kilometers, and it is still going fine. There's no problem. Ford Endeavour is also a very good car. I mean, in this segment, there are many good cars. But if you're going outside of India, like you're doing a road to London trip or India to Bangkok, then I would definitely say a car like a Toyota Fortuner is best, and because you can get parts for such cars available in a lot of countries. Like there are certain cars for which sometimes parts are not available when you cross the border. And if something breaks down in your car and a part is not available, then you have to import that part from another country. That gets very tedious. So if you're thinking of a cross-country or cross-continent expedition, always look for a car for which parts are available in other countries also. That will make your journey more easier, and you can travel with that thought that if something happens to the car, I can get it fixed easily.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Tanu, can
you need a world friendly car.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You need
Tanu,
a
please
world-friendly
remove
car.
your
Absolutely
earphone.
right. Yeah.
There's a sound,
Yeah.
there's a voice disturbance. Please remove your earphone. ओके मूविंग ऑन
Wait.
तो मैंने आपकी सीरीज देखी है तुषार एंड आई वाज लाइक मैं क्यों नहीं हूँ यहाँ पे आई रियली वांट टू बी इट वाज इतना मस्त था तो उसके बारे में आप बताइए क्या एक्सपीरियंस क्या था
Sorry, there's a lot of disturbance. Couldn't hear you.
या देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ नॉइज चलो प्लीज रिमूव इट
It's better. I
Suruchi,
think. Yeah, it's better.
I have removed it, but still I think the echo is there.
okay that may be my side but I have already removed it I don't know why
It's fine. I can hear you now.
okay so what
Okay.
are your experiences I mean during the journey
Oh, there are so many experiences during the world trip. I can't. If I start talking, we will need to extend this till tomorrow morning. So,
I know.
I believe so. Yeah, right.
Yes,
But,
yes, I can totally
Most
relate.
memorable one.
see, what happens is when if you're going even from Delhi to Missouri or Bombay to Goa on a road trip, even then you will end up having a lot of experiences on the road, right? So that is why we go on road trips. And imagine this was a world trip over 1.5 years and covering so many countries and kilometers. So the experiences are endless. But what I can tell you is that we always met really nice people around the world wherever we met. Some of the people were very interesting. Most people were always very helpful. And irrespective of the country we went to, or whatever religion was in that country, or whatever caste was there in that country, irrespective of all that, everywhere people really helped us. They welcomed us to their homes, took us out for meals. They put fuel in a car. Some even wanted to give us money. And but people were always welcoming and helping us in whatever little way they could. Of course, we've had on a journey like this, there are a lot of challenges also.
Yes.
And if I talk about a few of those things, then I can tell you that the day we landed in Argentina, the first day, our car was parked outside the hotel and we were supposed to leave in the morning. We just got the car out of the port and parked it outside the hotel, and we parked the car at 2 in the morning and we were supposed to leave at 5. So we went to sleep inside for 3 hours. When we came out, we saw that all the luggage from the roof rack was gone. Everything was gone. so it was the first day of the trip in Argentina. Somebody
Oh my
had stolen
God.
all our camps, our cooking things, our tools. So whatever was on the roof rack, they cut the ratchets and took everything away. So that was a very shocking start to our trip in Argentina. But then we continued the journey. We reached Bolivia, and in Bolivia, we were driving through this park called Eduardo National Park. It is above 14,000 feet, very remote park. And Sanjay and I were talking that, oh God, if anybody gets stuck in this park, that person will just die because nobody will be here to help him. And as soon as I said that, our car broke down in that park, right there at that minute. And it's as if it's happened that somebody was listening and waiting for us to say this. So for hours and hours, we had not seen anybody in that park. We were driving on thick snow, thick ice. It was that cold. It was -7, -8 degrees there. And our car stopped and it was already dark. And it was complete off-roading. But as soon as our car stopped, just 10 minutes after that, we saw lights coming from the front. And there was one car came and he said that, the village is only 1 kilometer away. And he towed us to that village. And we were shocked that our car stopped. We had not seen anybody for hours, but as soon as the car stopped, within 10 minutes, help came from somewhere. And then we went there, and I remember that was the night when I slept with all my clothes, my shoes, a scarf, gloves, a hat, and 5 or 6 blankets on me because it was -18 degrees there in that village. And there was no heating there.
Oh God.
And the next morning was a Saturday, and they told us that one truck comes to this village every week, and he leaves the local to pick up the local produce from the village and takes it to the big city called Salar. And that truck comes only once a week, so there's only one day a week when we can put our car on a truck and leave this town. And just imagine that day was Saturday, and we were there on Saturday. So had we reached there on a Sunday, we would have had to wait in that village for 1 week. But we reached there on Friday night. Saturday morning, the truck came. We put the car on the truck, and we went out, and the car was fixed. So basically, what I'm trying to say is that every problem comes with a solution.
Yeah.
We got stuck
Yeah,
there,
exactly.
but somehow the help came, and we moved on. So we kept having these kind of interesting experiences in Africa. We were driving through this remote forest, and our car broke down on the highway. And then we had to, we found these local African people walking around in the dark. And you have that perception sometimes that, oh, you are here and it's not a safe place. But I'm telling you, it was the safest place for us. All those people came, the local Africans, and they just kept they pushed our car for 2 kilometers while Sanjay and I was sitting in the car. They took us to the village where we
How
met
sweet.
a mechanic, and the mechanic fixed the car. Then we tried to give them some food, some money. They just refused. And they told us, you are in our country, you are our guest. When you go from here, please tell everybody Africa is a very safe place, and we are very warm, welcoming and friendly people, and people should come to Africa. And I'm telling you, on the entire world trip, if you ask me, my favorite place is all the different countries in Africa. I just love Africa, and I want to go there
Lovely.
again. It was just completely so warm. Africa is such a warm country, especially countries like Malawi and Zambia, which are the poorest countries in the world. But the people in Malawi were the most friendly and the warmest people that I've ever met in my life. But these kind of experiences you have when you go on these journeys and connect with people in different countries. Even in places like California, we may think, okay, California is Hollywood and people will be very snooty and nobody has time for anybody. Even in places like California, I remember we had stickers on our car, and this one lady, she overtook us and she was taking our pictures, and then she flagged us to stop. So we went to the Walmart parking and we met her, and she said, oh, I've seen you guys. And she was going to do meditation in some Indian ashram. She was an American lady, and she said, come with me.
Okay.
So we said, no,
Yeah,
we have
yeah,
no
I
time
have
to.
seen that.
We said we don't have time to go there, and she said, no, you must come with me. You're on a trip. If you don't spend time with me today, tomorrow, who knows, we'll ever meet again or not.
Yes,
So she
yes,
kept
yes.
on insisting so much. So we decided, okay, let's go. So we went, and we said we'll come for 20 minutes, and we spent 4 hours with her. By the time we left, we hugged each other and we all had tears in our eyes. We were so bonded emotionally together. And this was an American woman who just stopped us. So you never know. Basically, when you're traveling, you should always travel with an open heart and an open mind, and allow people to, come into your life and share, open yourself with them and allow them to open themselves to you. Then you can have a very enriching experience when you travel. So that is what our main goal was. And also, I want to add that we did this entire world trip without a GPS. We were only using road maps, traveling through all these 50 countries,
Yeah.
because we wanted to interact with as many people as we can, and we wanted to connect with people rather than just follow a voice of a machine. So
Yeah.
and that made the journey very interesting for us. It made it very interactive.
वाह। तो अभी जैसे आपने बताया तुषार कि इतने सारे चैलेंजेस आते हैं, ऑब्वियसली डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ पीपल, डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ चैलेंजेस। तो आपने जो अपनी जर्नी से सीखा था, इसीलिए शायद आपने ये डिसाइड किया कि नहीं, हम लोगों के लिए वर्ल्ड ट्रिप थोड़ा आसान बनाएंगे।
Yeah, that was the idea. See, हमने जब world trip किया, when we did London Delhi road trip, no one had done that before us, and so we did this world trip. It took us 1.5 to 2 years to plan all the route and permits and see how we can get the permissions. And after we did the world trip, our goal was very simple, that now we've done the world trip, it opened our mind also. And we thought that now we want to share our knowledge and the experience we've gained by assisting people who share similar passions to go on similar journeys. And that's how we started organizing these cross-country expeditions and in Adventures Overland. And we allow and welcome people to come and travel with us, or they can travel on their own also. And we help them in arranging all the permits they need, no matter where in the world they want to go to. Every year we organize trips in all the 6 continents. Whether you want to go from India to London, you want to go from top to bottom of Africa, you want to go from top to bottom of South America, we can organize all those permits for you. And all that is because we've been to all these places and done all this ourselves. So we have that confidence also, and the first-hand experience also of going to those places.
Yes. Apart from challenges, what motivates you to do it for the rest of your life? अभी तो यही करना है, कुछ नहीं करना है.
Yes, yes, yes. If you ask me, this is what होता क्या कि like someone, some people know what their calling in life is. Like I guess, जैसे सचिन तेंदुलकर को पता है कि वो क्रिकेट खेलने के लिए बना है, तो हमें पता है हम इसी काम के लिए बने हैं. This is what we love doing.
Instincts.
And this is our calling. And we all try different things. Like I have flown a plane also. I have done a lot of shooting and different things, but I never felt a high as much as I feel when I drive. So, and organizing expeditions is something that we really love doing. We love people. We love taking people on trips with us, and we really love to see that they are happy and they are enjoying their experiences. We love giving them those services and making their journey very seamless. It is something we really enjoy doing, not just for ourselves, but even for people who go with us. So even now when we go on trips to same places again and again, like in 3 days, we are going to Spiti Valley in Lahaul and Spiti. It is going to be my 7th time in Spiti Valley. And the other day only someone was asking me, don't you get bored of going to Spiti again and again? And my answer was that it is better than going to the same office again and again,
Better answer. Wow.
We love what we do, and taking people with us on these trips is something that we feel so much energy when we are on a trip. We feel so motivated because we know that we are doing what we were born to do, and we are living a dream every day, and we don't take it for granted. Yes, we have worked hard. Yes, we have struggled, but everybody works hard and everybody struggles. But it doesn't mean that everyone who struggles and works hard are able to achieve what they want to achieve.
Yes.
We feel that we have worked hard and struggled, but all the forces of nature have also come to support us, and we are really blessed that we are able to live a life of our dreams, and we don't take it for granted any single day. So we are full of gratitude, and we appreciate it every day that what we are doing is something that a lot of people want to do but are not able to do.
Exactly.
Not because they lack hard work or dedication or commitment, but because maybe they were not as fortunate or as blessed as we are. Because you need a lot of blessings, we believe, from people, from nature, to be able to do what you really want to do in life, and we are those lucky ones.
True. Wow.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, people are working 9 to 9 to get a lovely holiday at the end.
Yes.
And this is your job. I mean, to travel, to roam around, this is your job.
Yes.
What is more lovelier than this?
Absolutely. But you can never take it for granted. That is the main thing.
Yeah.
You have to always appreciate what you are doing. So.
Yes.
Okay, Tushar, talking about this Adventures Overland, Sanjay and you both work on it, right? So I have saw a reel of you both in which you have said that you are not work partners, you are travel partners. How does this partnership work? And I mean, am I clear? My voice is clear?
Yeah, something on my, just 1 second, screen a second.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, please carry on.
I mean, my question was, how does this partnership work? How do you guys divide your work? What part you look after and what part is Sanjay looking after?
Okay, so Sanjay and I know each other for the last almost 10 years now. And for me, Sanjay is like my elder brother. He's 4 years elder than me. And I always look towards him for guidance, for mentorship, for when I'm stuck somewhere. He always has a solution for any problem that I have or anyone has here in our company or around us. So regarding work, we have never actually divided or discussed that you do this and I will do this. When we were on the world trip also, we just have a very unspoken mutual respect and love for each other. And during the entire world trip, for 1.5 years, we were in the same car. We never had a single argument also. And
wow.
And it is only because we respect each other's space, we respect each other's privacy, and we respect each other's decisions. most importantly. Because in a team, what happens is that there were so many times on the world trip or even at Adventures Overland in our day-to-day lives here in the company also, we have to take decisions. And if I take a decision and my decision proves to be wrong in the end, and we suffer in some ways because of that, he will never come and tell me that you did this, so it happened. The response will be, okay, it has happened, let's fix it. But if I have done something which is bringing laurels to us, then he will be the first one to come and say that because you did this, we have achieved this. So,
Amazing. Wow.
so that is the kind of relationship we have tried to we have, and the understanding we have for each other, that, and even with our team, that if somebody's made a mistake, it's a mistake, we all make mistakes, but you cannot highlight the mistake and keep putting that person down by making them feel guilty. If somebody in the team has made a mistake, it is our fault. If I made the mistake, then also it's a collective fault of everybody. But we fix it and then you move on. So even between us, that is the kind of relationship we have. And work-wise, everyone has certain inbuilt skills. Like the reason I'm sitting in front of you and not him is because he said, hey, you go and do the talk. You talk a lot and I don't talk so much. That's why I'm sitting here and he's not here. So,
him also.
Yes.
Because we are leaving for a trip in 3 days, so he's busy doing preparations, and he said, no, you talk because you talk a lot, and so I'm here. But otherwise, we know between us that who will be better at doing a certain work, and even without discussing or allocating that work to each other, we just go ahead and do it without the other person telling them to do it. It's just kind of, there's a natural way in which things are flowing here. It's not planned a lot.
Okay, I have a question here. Now, आपने बोला आप 10 साल से एक दूसरे को जानते, आप लोग मिले कहाँ थे एक साथ? क्योंकि इतनी म्यूचुअल अंडरस्टैंडिंग एक साथ मिलना, वो भी
it is so hard to get this much understanding partner.
Yes, you're right. You're right. And you know what happened? What happens is that sometimes it is very rare to see two people who are best friends and then they start a company or an organization and then they are running that organization forever. So we were not friends who came together to start a company. We started a company and then we became friends. It was reverse for us.
Oh.
So we met in 2011 in November for the first time. Sanjay had done, in 2010, I did the London-Delhi road trip. I was in the Limca Book of Records as the first Indian to drive from London to Delhi. On the same page, in the same book, in the same year, Sanjay had created a record by taking a Tata Nano to Ladakh, to Khardungla Pass.
Yes.
So in the same year, we had created our own records in our own worlds, and we both were in the Limca Book of Record without knowing each other. And when I decided to move back to India to start this company, that's when I found Sanjay's profile online. And I found his number and I called him. And we had a long chat from London to Delhi. And we just clicked on that chat, on that phone call. And I told him that when I come to India, I will meet you. So I came to India in November 2011. And we just met in a market area. And we were sitting on a roadside pavement and having some chai and having a discussion. And we just connected. And we just started talking more and more. And
Destiny.
3 months after that first chat, I moved back to India. But we didn't start working together. I started my own company. He had his own company. But we decided, okay, chalo, let's do a trip together. And after 2-3 months, it became very clear that, we are meant to work together. We have the same common ambitions and same common passions. And we knew we can trust each other. Instantly, we knew that. And I remember still Sanjay told me that day that, now that we're going to start, so we decided we'll start a company together and we named it Adventures Overland. And that day Sanjay had told me that, today we are starting a company together and it's my promise to you that if we ever part ways, it will never be because of any monetary issues or financial issues. It will never happen because of that. It is my promise to you. And after 9-10 years also, we've never discussed money. We discuss our ambitions, we discuss our passions, we discuss about what to do next, because we are very happy in what we do. And maybe if we were in different areas, we could do better in different industries. But for us, our company is growing leaps and bounds. We are getting recognized everywhere, not only in India, even abroad. But we are still the same guys who we were when we met 9 years ago. And what still connects us today is our same DNA, as we like to call it, which is that of wanderers and travelers. But we have just channelized our energies now to create a luxury and an exclusive brand where like-minded people like us can come together and go and explore the world together, the way we continue exploring the world, for a very exclusive, in a very exclusive and a niche way. Not taking too many people, also taking a small batch of people who can, who are
Absolutely.
like-minded, who we filter through our own process, and who we feel will get together and be able to become friends on the trip also. So they should be like-minded also. They should not be people who other people are uncomfortable with. So we put a lot of
Good,
stress
good.
on that also. The like-minded travelers coming together and traveling and exploring the world. That is what our main ambition is, and that's how we are driving our company.
Wow. Wow, Suruchi, this is so motivational and inspiring. First of all, the name justifies, totally what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. एंड तुषार, हम
Amazing
इतने
it is.
लोगों से बात करते हैं, इतने लोगों का इंटरव्यू लेते हैं, एक जो चीज कॉमन है ना, वो ये कॉमन है कि देर इज कॉलिंग, देर इज अ डेस्टिनी, देन यू ग्रैब इट एट द राइट टाइम
Yeah,
एंड देन इट वर्क, and
that is
you
true.
just love doing what you are doing right now. That's most
Yes,
important. So,
absolutely.
if I talk about Adventures Overland, you are doing some experimental things, like you said that you are into now niche business of traveling. अगर मैंने आपकी पूरी सीरीज देखी है, उसमें देखा है कि बहुत सारे चैलेंजेस थे, लाइक पेपर वर्क, डॉक्यूमेंटेशन, वीजा,
Yeah.
परमिट, लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स. अगर हम, जैसे मैंने आज आपके साथ कनेक्ट किया, मैंने अपने आप को रजिस्टर किया, ओके आई रियली वांट टू गो ऑन अ वर्ल्ड ट्रिप, what is the procedure? I mean, how, what is the duration, first of all, after the registration,
Yeah.
till the tour has been made? ये ये कितना duration लेता है? I mean, visa, permit, that all you taking care of?
So, the way we do it now is that we've been organizing these expeditions for 9-10 years now. And every year we organize expeditions in 6 continents. But the way we did the world trip, we don't really organize a world trip like that for people, because in reality, in the real world, taking 1.5 years out for travel is extremely
Yes.
difficult, and yes, we did it out of a lot of passion, and that time we had time, and we wanted to do that. But there are people who contact us and say we also want to travel around the world, but we cannot do it in one go, which is understandable. But if you break it down into parts, then you can do it. So we have a series called the Around the World series. What we do is, we say, okay, you sign up for the Around the World series. We have a whole calendar of expeditions on our website. So, for example, in March we drive to, in February we drive in Russia. In March we drive in Jordan. In April we start a road trip from India to London through 18 countries. In July we do a road trip in Alaska. In August we do a road trip in Africa. In November we do a road trip in South America. So you can, in 1 year, you have done Asia, in December we do Australia also. So in 1 year, you have done Asia, Australia, South America, North America, Africa, and Europe, all in 1 year by road. What you can also do is, you say, no, I can only travel 2 months in a year or 1 month in a year. So we tell people, no problem. This is the calendar which we're going to follow every year. You can schedule it yourself and say, okay, fine, this year I will do only Africa. Next year I will do South America. The year after I will do North America. So like that, you break down that world trip into 5 or 6 years. It's up to you how much time you want to commit, and how much, you have to see a lot of things. You have to see your finances, you have to see your family, you have to see your work situation. So considering all that, whatever you are comfortable with and how much time you can commit to us, we can give a solution. You can do the entire world trip in 1 year. You can spread it over 5 to 6 years also. All the dates, the cost, the route, everything is given on the website.
But that is pretty convenient, right? I mean,
Yes.
anyone can plan according to their time, their money, and obviously it's not possible to go in a one go around the world.
in a
Yes,
short
yes,
span of time. It's not
yeah,
possible. You
yeah,
took at least 1 year. So it's pretty
yes.
Yeah.
convenient and you made it for us. Thank you so much.
Our
And
pleasure.
the
So
people are getting assisted, guided, and guaranteed also, whenever they are traveling.
Yes, see,
yeah,
that was the idea that we have already done that hard work. We have traveled around all these 80, 85 countries we have traveled to. And the idea was all the knowledge that we learned and the experience we gained during those journeys, we have put all that knowledge and experience and learnings into organizing these trips now. And in all these trips, we take care of all those little things that we know someone can face. So, right from your organizing a vehicle for you, what the road conditions are, how to get the visas, how to get the permits, where you should eat, where you should sleep, what you should do, who you should meet, all those little things, how to get a SIM card in a country, where you will get
yeah,
vegetarian food, all those things we have kind of put together for all these countries around the world because we've been there ourselves and we only organize expeditions in those countries where we have personally traveled because those countries we can with confidence share all the information with you about.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
that is.
True.
I told you. I mean, you have just made it so simple for a like ordinary man. Okay, so moving on to our next segment, let's know Tushar more, okay, as a person. So as you told us, so there will be a rapid fire kind of segment and you need to just answer quickly. So you told us that you have a favorite country, that is Africa. Now, I'm going to just switch that question to another one. What is the best compliment you got?
that I'm a very easy to talk to, and very accessible, and people can talk to me comfortably.
Wow, go to person.
That's for sure.
Okay. Yes, that is for sure. Okay. So bus or a car? Which speaker you will recommend or best for travel?
For me, it is definitely a car, no doubt. Yeah,
Definitely a car. If
but
you
for
can
people who
drive,
don't drive,
go
they
by
can
the car.
car. For me, it's definitely a car.
Okay. One thing in bucket list, though you are living your dream life, but
Yeah.
we always have
Oh,
a
I
bucket
can
list.
give you many more than one. I have to I want to drive to the South Pole in Antarctica.
Wow.
Definitely, that is on my bucket list. I want to visit Greenland. I want to visit North Korea. I want to visit Scandinavia. I want to visit so many more countries in Africa. There's a lot more I have to do. I haven't hardly have done anything till now.
You want to visit
What we
North
can
Korea?
say is, what we can say is the rest part जो रह गया है just to cover it. That is in your bucket.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. But there's our world is such a beautiful place, and there are so many more places to explore. So that's what I want to do, and I hope I can cover all this.
Wow. So world is a beautiful place and as you said, so आपने बहुत सारे sunset और sunrises भी देखे होंगे अलग
Oh
अलग जगह पे.
yes, oh
So
yes,
which one is
definitely.
your favorite? Sunset or sunrises?
Okay. पहले तो मैं ये बता दूं कि
Tough.
स्टार्स बेस्ट कहाँ पे दिखते हैं. स्टार्स बेस्ट दिखते हैं काजा में in India, in Spiti Valley, and in Wadi Rum in Jordan. That's where you will get the best night sky in the world that I have seen in my life. And sunrises, I think I've seen the best sunset in Greece. Greece was a beautiful sunset. And I've seen the best skies. The best skies I've seen in Africa, no doubt. You go to any country in Africa, and if you look at the sky in the evening, it is a beautiful, nice, golden orange color sky you will see, and very dramatic. So there's no better place in the world than Africa to see a lovely sky at dusk. And
Wow.
sunrises, so many places. I think I remember sunrises in Australia in the desert. They were really beautiful.
Wow. Wow. Over to you, Tanu.
Yes, so Tushar, as you have traveled so many countries, so how many languages do you know?
Oh, I can speak basic phrases. I I have a certification in Japanese language, which I could speak fluently, but that was a very
Really?
long time
Wow.
ago, and
Oh,
I could read, write, and speak Japanese, but now I only remember a few words. But I can, like I said in the beginning, when we were on the world trip, we were using a roadmap and we were traveling through so many remote areas
Huh.
on our own. So we had learned to greet people in, I mean, I can greet people in Swahili, which is the local African language in southern countries, in Spanish, in Russian. So Spanish, Russian, and some African words I'm comfortable with, and Japanese.
Wow. Wow.
Wow, so many languages. Okay, I hope they doesn't get mixed up sometimes.
It does many times.
So it does. Okay. What are the three main things you cannot do without while traveling?
Okay,
Must
you need
carry essentials.
so car is a given because you're traveling in a car, but I
Yeah.
think you always need to have, of course, you need your passport, you need some local currency, you need always need a phone charger, and these are the main things. Like if I have to run away and leave my car and run away in a foreign country in a remote land, if you ask me what three things I should have with me, I will say you need your passport, some money, and your phone and your charger. If you have these three things, then you can survive anywhere. You don't need anything
Yeah,
else.
that is that is so true. That is so true. Mobile is must, you know.
Yes,
Woman
yes.
is must.
Yeah.
Yes, and of course, and you know, when we travel, some of the travelers are like me and my husband while traveling. I am the one who is always seeing outside the window, and he is the one sleepy one. So, what kind of traveler you are?
Oh, I'm always very active and alert all the time. I never. Sometimes on expeditions, if we get too exhausted, then you have to take a quick 5-10 minute nap. But I am always out and looking. But I don't take too many pictures because Sanjay is an extremely good photographer, and he takes really good pictures. And initially, I used to take pictures, but when I started seeing him taking such amazing pictures, it kind of demotivated me. I said, "What's the point? He's taking great pictures. Let him take the pictures." So I have the privilege to just enjoy everything that's around. And I'm a very outdoor kind of a person who loves nature. So I'm always exploring the mountains and forests and different terrains. And I really appreciate everything that we get from Mother Nature. Like in South America, there is a term. It's called Pachamama. Pachamama means Mother Nature. So in South America, especially in the countries like Bolivia and Peru, they believe that you should always respect Mother Nature because everything that we have has been given to us by Mother Nature. And she protects us, she guides us, she feeds us. And if she gets angry, she can kill us. Like how we see landslides happening, floods happening, cloudbursts happening. It is these things happen in those countries also, and they blame themselves for it. That as humans, we've done something wrong, so Mother Nature is
I
balancing
also
things
believe
out.
that.
I
So
totally believe this.
so I also like we Sanjana, we have a very deep respect for Mother Nature, and we really respect mountains and wherever we travel. So for us, and travel actually makes you a very humble person, and you have to when you travel, you see, you occupy a very small place in this world, and in front of those big daunting mountains or a big massive ocean in front of you. So you should always feel very lucky that you're able to see such creations of Mother Nature when you are in those places, and how can you miss that when you're on a trip? So I always try to take in as much as I can, even if I'm going to the same place, and that is why I keep going back again and again, because I just love all these creations in the world, whether it is in the mountains or seeing. I've been so lucky to see so many unique things in world, like I've seen the northern lights in Alaska and in Iceland, and the salt flats in Uyuni, or the Amazon rainforest, which is known as the lungs of the world, because the maximum oxygen in the world is produced
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
Amazon rainforest.
Yes.
Or
Right.
going through the glaciers in South America or in Kyrgyzstan, and the deserts of these are different deserts in Namibia and in southern African countries. All these are creations of nature, and this is what I just love exploring whenever I go to different countries.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh my, I can't
Okay,
wait to
Tushar,
go now.
me too. Okay, Tushar, what is adventure for you? I mean, apart from traveling, what is an adventure for you?
See, adventure is anything that gets you really that that pushes you out of your comfort zone and makes you do things that you did not think you had the capability to do. That is also adventure. but there's also a very thin line between adventure and danger, which you should never cross. So you should, like uh, I like when you go on these trips, there's a lot of unplanned things that happen. A tire puncture, for example.
Yeah.
If there's a tire, if you're going on a road in a European country, which are really nice and civilized, and you have a tire puncture, that is an adventure, because you didn't expect yourself to get into a situation like that, and now you have to get out of that situation. But you may be driving through those beautiful landscapes of Switzerland. You'll take pictures and you'll come home and you'll share those pictures with your friends and family. Very nice. Everybody knows Switzerland is really beautiful. But if you have a tire puncture in those mountains in Switzerland, that is the first thing you will come home and tell everybody about, that we were driving and we got a puncture at that altitude and nobody was there to help us, and one villager came and he helped us. That is adventure, right? So you will remember those stories more than the beauty of Switzerland. And these things happen so much, and these are the things that actually teach us and help us find ourselves also, and make us learn more new things about ourselves, that I didn't know that I could do this. What we do on our trips also is that I remember one little incident in Jordan. In Jordan, we drive these big Land Cruiser vehicles, and this one lady was going up a sand dune with us, and she said, "No, I cannot take the car on the sand dune; it'll get stuck." I said, "Let it get stuck. We are here to help you." And she got stuck. And we said, "Okay, just reverse the car." She reversed. There were 20 people with us. They all started giving her instructions, and she started crying. I said, "Why are you crying?" She said, "I told you I cannot do it, and now everybody is giving me instructions." I said, "Don't worry, forget anybody's here. Just follow what we are telling you." She said, "No, why don't you ask somebody else to do it? We will save time." I said, "Even if we spend another 3 hours here, we will not move. But you will take the car on top of that dune. That is what you've come here for. Take 10 attempts, doesn't matter." So we took her really far back, 500 meters, and I said, "Drive fast, hold the steering wheel." We gave her some instructions, and she managed to climb that dune. And she felt so happy and excited. For her, that was the biggest adventure that happened in Jordan, and she never expected she could do this. But that she went home with that confidence that I can handle such a heavy car on a sand dune on a very sharp incline also. So that is an adventure, because she did that for the first time in her life, not knowing that she has the capability to do it. So we try our best to make sure that people go home knowing a little bit more about themselves, with more self-confidence about driving in a certain place or doing a certain thing that they didn't expect they could do.
Yes.
So
Yes.
She is not going to forget.
Thank you, Tushar, for building that confidence in that lady. We ladies get criticized for driving usually.
oh no, they are really good drivers. I'm telling you, the women drivers are really careful. They're more careful, and they drive in a more responsible way. Always, I've noticed that in our trips.
Oh
Seriously,
my God, you are the
this is
only
true. This is
man
true.
on the earth who is saying this.
Saying.
And I'm so thankful. And I'm going to show this clip to my husband for sure, so that he must have some faith in
Yes, you
me.
must show it to him. Yeah.
Okay, moving on to the followers question. As we have already shared your story that you are coming on our show, so people have already sent us some questions, and we have just pick it up some of them. And followers, you can now ask any questions right now, because I'm going to take your question. So there's one question: is there any shortcut while we are following a passion as a career? So what are the key points you want to tell or you want to suggest?
There is no shortcut. It is
Yes.
there is no shortcut to achieving your dreams. You have to be dedicated. You have to be committed. You have to work hard, and you cannot allow other people to decide that you cannot achieve your dreams.
Wow.
It is only you who can stop you from
There-
achieving those.
Wow.
There's
Great.
a question, Suruchi.
Yeah. Any career opportunities related to which you are
I mean,
asking
yeah.
about
Can you be more specific?
more specific? Moving on, we can take the next question.
Yeah. Okay, I am so curious about this question because as a vegetarian, I always resist myself to go out. So how difficult is to travel throughout the world for a vegetarian person? What do you think about it?
It's not difficult at all. On our trips, every trip, more than at least 50% people are vegetarians. and
Okay.
you see you may not get Indian food everywhere when you're traveling,
Okay.
but you will
Uh-huh.
definitely get vegetarian food everywhere if you plan it like that. So, but you have to remain if you are like very rigid that I want Indian food every day, then you should
Hmm.
carry those food packets with you, and you can cook it yourself, or you can have a kitchen cook it for you. On our trips, we always take those ready-to-eat food packets with us for people who are really craving Indian food. But otherwise, I can tell you from personal experience, even in countries like China, you will get such good vegetarian food, uh, which and different varieties which you can enjoy. But of course, non-vegetarians sometimes get better options, of course, in many countries. But it is not like a vegetarian person cannot do a round-the-world trip. You can definitely do it as long as you're open to trying new vegetarian
New
cuisines.
vegetarian dishes. Wow.
Yes.
So Tanu,
Because
going
when I went to Koh Samui, Tushar, so I always used to ask whenever I go to purchase any burger or anything, I always ask, give me a vegetarian, okay, vegetarian meal. So they say, yeah, it is vegetarian. It only has pork and ham. I said it
Okay.
is vegetarian. Yeah, it is vegetarian. What they understood is whether it has vegetables in it or not.
Right, right, right. So it is without
So
vegetables.
I
It's a
was
hard
like,
for
it is so
so
non-vegetarians.
risky.
that's why there is Adventures Overland. There you can travel.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we will give you a aloo tikki burger in a Koh Samui also.
Wow.
Wow. That
Wow.
would be lovely.
Okay, so Abhishek is asking career opportunities related to traveling.
See, travel has a lot of career opportunities. In fact, I don't know if you know that travel industry is the biggest employer in the world.
Yes.
Maximum number of people in the world work in the travel industry, and now that things are getting better, there are so many opportunities for travel even in India, because so many new types of niche travel segments are opening up. There is river tourism, there is medical tourism, there is adventure tourism, there is these road trips, there is so many different types of fields open. And now the beauty is with the world open in front of us digitally, whatever your interest is, you can create a niche and start marketing that. We love road trips. We started a road trip company. Maybe you love art. You can start a company that is taking you on art trips. Maybe you like history. You can organize trips around history. So if you're an
Wow.
entrepreneur, if you have that enterprising spirit, you can start a travel business around the interests, around your own passions. And I'm telling you, it will work, because everybody is looking for specialized experiences. People who are giving anything specialized are always successful, because there are very few people who will be doing that. If you have passion to do that, your passion will definitely show in your work, and that is the key to success. And even today, we could have expanded in many other ways and done a lot of other package holidays, but we were very clear that we want to remain pioneers and leaders in international road trips, because we know we do that really nicely and we have that confidence to do it. So we want to keep improving and growing in that. So if you have a certain interest, a certain passion, please follow that and mix that, and use that to your advantage in the travel industry. It will definitely work. If you have any
Wow.
opportunities, you can write to us and we'll be happy to. We keep getting a lot of people who want to work with us, and we are always looking for passionate and driven people who love outdoors, who love people who are compassionate and who have that spirit of Atiti Devo Bhav. Because when you're going on these trips, you have to take care of people also. You're not just going for yourself. So you have to come with that feeling of servicing people. So that is important if you're coming with us. So
That
uh,
that particular point I didn't know about that you can be so specific in travel
yeah,
segment only. You can just segregate and do the
yes, yeah,
specific things. Okay, interesting. So there was a question also related to bus travel in India. I mean, bus
yeah.
services that you are doing in India. Please tell us something about it.
So we are going to start like we're starting bus to London, and our plan
Hmm.
is that after starting that, we're going to start a bus called the Incredible India Bus, a bus service within India that will take you through all the states in India. It will be like a hop-on, hop-off bus service going all over India. Like when you go to
Okay.
foreign countries and you go to places like London, you do a hop-on, hop-off bus. Get on this point, get off at that point. So
Yes.
in this, you can say, okay, I'll get on in Delhi, I'll get off in Goa, I'll get on in Goa, I'll get off in Bangalore, I'll get on in Bangalore, I'll get off in Pondicherry. So we're going to start a bus service like that. Again, it'll be a luxury bus with business class seats, with all the facilities. So you can travel and see India in a very luxury, in a very different way.
I am
Wow.
so happy to hear it. Suruchi, this is
I
the
mean,
most
our
happiest
future
thing I
is
have
safe
heard.
now. Tanu
Yes,
and
yes.
we are
I
so like
I am
fond of
going to
traveling.
hop from Raipur. Please, Tushar, make it possible for us also if the bus,
Most welcome.
has a
Most
stop
welcome.
in at Raipur also.
Sure. Done. Done.
My God. Okay, so there is a question, Barot Kanan Kananya. Any side hustles which Tushar sir can tell to guests, and sometimes he also busy doing so. Is there any job opportunity? He's asking
I
something.
already mentioned that if anyone is interested, they should write to us and
Yes,
send their profile, and then we will take it from there.
yes. Tajinder is asking, how can I join for traveling? Please go through the website, Tajinder. It's very
Yes.
easy, and
Yes.
you can just easily connect with them.
So, Tushar, as you have given us your precious time, just we gonna wind up quickly now. Any short message, advice, or anything you want to give to our followers or people who are going to watch this video?
See, Dalai Lama had said that you should always see one new place every year. And
Yes.
I just want to tell everyone that, even though the world is opening up and countries are opening up, but a lot of places in India are already open. Uh, but whenever you travel, please travel responsibly. And from my own experience of traveling around the world, I have seen that most countries, people respect their countries, they respect the hygiene in their countries, they respect the laws in their countries. Unfortunately, I have seen that in our country, we on the roads, we give more preference to ourselves than to others on the road. When we are driving also,
This is true.
we want to
So true.
overtake people, we want to be the first one to cross, please. And I only wish that someday, our country can, everybody on the road in our country also has similar etiquettes, and we respect other people on the road also, and we respect the hygiene. We don't throw garbage outside on the road also. uh, as Adventures Overland, we are also doing sustainable tourism now, and we are going to start a activity very soon, because we realize that we do road trips, we take big cars, we cause pollution. So, in order to keep our environment sustainable and green, we are going to offset all our carbon emissions. We are tying up with an NGO in Ladakh, and we are going to introduce a calculator on our website soon. It is not just for people who are coming on Adventures Overland trips. Anybody who's going on road trips, they can go and use that calculator. For example, you're doing a Ladakh road trip, which is 3,000 kilometers. You're doing it in a, let's say, in a Ford Endeavor. So you just say, you put your engine size, you put your number of kilometers. It will calculate that how much pollution are you causing, and to balance it out, how many trees you should plant, and to plant those
Wow.
trees, how much money you should spend. So you will just spend that money, pay that money directly into the account of an NGO,
Yes.
and that NGO will plant those trees for you. So you've done your bit. You can travel guilt free then. So please, we have to take care of our environment for our future generations, and this is something we are going to introduce very soon. And I hope that this message goes to people, and everybody feels responsible for protecting our planet.
What an
Wow.
amazing thought. What an amazing idea.
Thank
I
you.
have to say that whatever
True.
you are doing the best. Seriously,
Thank you
this
Truly,
so
is the
much.
best
truly.
you can do. Yeah. So, तुषार, हमने आपके साथ बहुत enjoy किया. It was a great feeling with you on the show. How did you feel with us?
I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun, and you guys have brought memories of the world trip back, and I'm really happy to share all my experiences, my journey with you and your followers and friends, and uh, it is for me it's a wonderful experience, and like I said, I love doing what we do, and if we get to share it with other like-minded people, nothing better than that. So thank you for inviting me and considering me worthy of coming on your show. It is all my pleasure.
Oh
No,
my
no, no.
God,
The
no.
main idea was, yes, the main idea was like whatever you are doing, the hard work, the experiences, the untold stories. that should be come up. And no doubt at all, आज हमें बहुत कुछ सीखने को मिला और बहुत सारी चीजें ऐसी पता लगी जो मुझे अभी तक नहीं पता थी, सीरियसली.
मुझे
एंड
भी.
पर्पस तो पूरा हुआ ही
I,
है. वी आर सो लुकिंग फॉरवर्ड तुषार कि हम आपको वापस से भी बुलाएं बहुत सारी बातें करने
Sure.
के लिए, एंड संजय सर को भी बुलाएं. एंड फॉलोवर्स, फॉर यू, इफ यू हैव जॉइंड अस लेट, आई एम गोइंग टू सेव दिस वीडियो ऑन IGTV एंड ऑन YouTube, so you can just watch it from start to end. I enjoyed a lot, as well as I guess
me
Tanu.
too.
So for
Yeah,
sure,
totally.
we both will join you soon because we are so eagerly waiting to
You're
travel
most
with
welcome.
you.
You're most welcome.
Yes,
Thank
yes,
you. Thank you so much for giving us your valuable time.
yes.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye. Bye.